Hey guys, welcome to a new video and happy Vlogmas, day 2, Merry Vlogmas, maybe that's the more proper way to say it. But we're going to be looking at my December TBR. These are all the books that I would like to read in the month of December. Our theme is fantasy, that's our genre of choice, and we are reading the highest rated fantasy books on my TBR according to Goodreads. I also will be adding in a nonfiction pick, just a random one pulled from the shelf, and a graphic novel as well. I just have a stack of graphic novels basically in the order that I bought them and pull out the one that's on top and add that to the TBR every month. Let's get into it. The first book and the highest rated book is the book that my book club will be reading in the month of December. If you guys would like to join in on that discussion, my Fable link is down below in the description of this video. I am not sponsored by Fable, but it's a very awesome app to use if you do a book club. They even have an option if you want to do like a movie or TV show club. I think that's really cool, and it's just a great way to take in all different forms of media. I do a poll every month with all the whatever the genre focus is that month. This poll, it got down to there 3 books were voted for out of the 4, or no, yeah, there's 3 books and each one got a vote. It came down to 2 were tied, this one and the next fantasy book I'm going to show you. So then I was like, okay, we're gonna vote between those 2 books. None of them, it came to a standstill again. So I was like, okay, we will just read the highest rated one, since that is like the theme of the month, is reading the highest rated books. And that is Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. And this one is a standalone fantasy to my knowledge. I don't know since it's been published if the author is going to continue and make it a series or not. But this one was so popular. This is one that I was hearing about on TikTok, and finally enough people talked about it. I think it was Christian and Mads who really made me pick it up. Here are the end pages. I have a Target edition. I don't know if different stores have different editions or not. And does it have anything on the cover? No, it is plain on the cover. I think this is like dark academia fantasy. I'm not really remembering what it's about, so we are going to find out forever. The first woman ever admitted to a prestigious order of mages unravels a secret conspiracy that could change the practice of magic forever, in the standalone dark fantasy from the author of The Sword of Kaigen, which is another one that I hear such great things about. So if I do like this, I will pick up that series as well. Mages, it sounds straight up high fantasy, and it's dark. So we're gonna have to see what dark fantasy is about, because I feel like most of the fantasy books I read are dark. Looking at you, George R. R. Martin. I love you, George. But we will see how dark this author goes. Our nonfiction one, there is also an audio available if you have an Audible subscription. It comes with your subscription. This is When Women Ruled the World by Cara Cooney, the 6 Queens of Egypt. There are several books with this title, so be careful if you go and look up this book, because I will be looking at it, I'm like, don't I have this? And I'm like, no, it's a whole different author. So a very common title here, but y'all know I love the ancient world, and Egypt is just so ancient. Like, I cannot comprehend how ancient it is. So think back 2,000 years ago to the ancient Romans. I think Julius Caesar, that part of the Roman Empire. Egypt was ancient to them. Like how far back Rome is to us is how far Egypt was to them. So think of how old that is. My mind cannot comprehend that. And then there's always that great little statistic that Cleopatra lived closer to the time of the iPhone than the woolly mammoth. Egypt. I told you, I can't comprehend it. I can't comprehend it. It says, in today's political landscape, female rulers are few and far between. But thousands of years ago in ancient Egypt, women reigned supreme, controlling the authoritarian state as power brokers in times of war and peace, a rare phenomenon across human history. Through the seductive lens of 6 remarkable female pharaohs, including Hatshepsut, I am not remembering how you say that, Nefertiti, and Cleopatra, celebrated Egyptologist Cara Cooney examines what made Egypt unique among history's great empires, exploring how queens ruled, why they were erased from history, and how their reigns may govern our own perception of leadership today. And a provocative narrative unlike any Egyptian history you've ever read, Kuni shines a piercing light on why female power has seldom been allowed through the ages and why it matters more than ever. This is the other book that was going head to head with Blood Over Brighthaven, and that is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I always get so confused by this. You have Mistborn, but that's the name of the series, so I don't think this book itself is called Mistborn. Yeah, Mistborn, The Final Empire. It does not say Final Empire anywhere on the cover, but people love Brandon Sanderson. He is like one of the fantasy writers. People love this series. I am intimidated by this series. I've had this book for years, but it was at my storage unit for a while. That shows how scared I am of this. I don't even know what it's about, to be honest with you. I know there's some, is there some like with metalworking and like bullets and all, or is that another book in his, The Cosmere, I think is what his universe is called. It says, once a hero rose to save the world, he failed. For 1,000 years since, the world has been a wasteland of ash and mist, ruled by the immortal emperor known as the Lord Ruler. Every revolt has failed miserably, yet somehow hope survives. Hope that dares to dream of ending the empire and defeating the Lord Ruler. A new kind of uprising is being planned, one that depends on the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind and the determination of an unlikely heroine, a teenage street urchin named Vin. Where a hero rose to save the world and failed, can a young heroine succeed? That all, it reminds me of Star Wars. I'm getting Star Wars vibes. I'm getting Roman Empire vibes, like Gladiator, we're taking down this empire. But with it being a teenager, why in fantasy is every main character 17 years old? Why? So many of them I read, they're 17. So that kind of has me being like, oh, I hope they're not a Mary Sue. I'm intimidated. I'm scared. It's just a book that I voted for. I usually vote for the longer ones because, oh, this font's so small, but because I want to get them out of the way, get that done for the month. 900-page book here. The Long Prince Quartet by Daniel Abram, co-author of the Expanse series. So this is a complete volume of all the books in the series put together. I wish that I could have bought, you know, bought them separately, but I could not find where they do that. So I would be reading this whole series probably next week. Stay tuned with Vlogmas. It says, in the world of ancient empires and immortal magics, one man stands at the crossroads of history. That's literally all it tells us. But political intrigue, I've heard, is great. And that's something I love about fantasy, is the political intrigue aspects. And with, like, magic, I like witchy kind of fantasy. Like, that kind of makes me look like 11. But I like Melisandre from Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones is the perfect amount of high fantasy for me. Lastly, we have our graphic novel, and I think I saw this on like list somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where I found this, but it is Worm, A Cuban American Odyssey by Edel Rodriguez. And I just think immigrant stories are so important in the times that we are living in. And this is I'm pretty sure this is a true story. This tells the author's story of boyhood in Cold War Cuba and his family's courage and displacement of a coming-of-age artist, activist, and an American. So the author's leaving Cuba, coming to America, and how hard that was. But, you know, that's just sometimes the only option. And I think this will be a powerful story. And I love graphic novel memoirs. I don't know what it is about them, but they're so moving. I just think art has a way of doing that. But I do think literature, like prose books, are art as well. Let me know, do you guys think books are art? This was a short little TBR this month. Like, video-wise, I thought it would be longer. But I guess this is a bit of a shorter TBR. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through, leave a Christmas emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.